Hi, I'm Maury Reese. In this YouTube video, I'm going to tell you about the optimal panel settings that are built into this keyboard. And this is a PSR E463 keyboard from Yamaha. I've owned this little keyboard for over 2 years. I've played it for hundreds of hours, and I've drug it all around the community and played for banquets and dances and things. It was only 3 days ago that I learned about this thing called the Optimum panel settings. And it's in the owner's manual. It's one little paragraph buried on page 51. And I suspect, like most people, they haven't read about it and may not know that it's theirs, and that's why I'm making this video. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you exactly how do you turn on the optimal panel settings. Step number 1, reach out and press the voice button right here on the panel. Voice. Click. And in my settings here, I see that it shows the last voice I was playing, which was something called Bright Piano 003. This is what I need to do. On my number pad here, I need to punch in the number 000, and I'm going to do that right now. 000. And on my panel, I see 3 zeros. So to repeat, I press the voice button, and then I punched in 000. Here's the deal. There are 758 voices, what you and I would call instruments. Yamaha calls them voices. 758 are built in here, and they're numbered from 1 to 758. 000 isn't a voice. That is set aside for the optimal panel settings. So when you press 000, that's how you turn it on. Now let me talk about, so what does it do? There are 235 different styles built into the keyboard. The men and women at Yamaha, they decided what was the best tempo for each and every one of those 235 styles. So now that I have turned on the optimal panel settings, anytime I select a style, my keyboard is automatically going to decide what is the best tempo. And who decided that? The men and women and the engineers and the musicians at Yamaha who designed and built this thing. They decided what the best tempo was for each one of the 235. So now that I have optimal panel settings turned on, anytime I select a style, it's automatically going to set up what Yamaha considers to be the best tempo. That's the first thing it does. The second thing that will automatically happen is my keyboard is going to decide which one of the 758 voices goes with each style. So as I play a style with my left hand, the keyboard is deciding what instrument is going to be in my right hand. And that is automatically determined now that I've turned on optimal panel settings. The third thing it does is it also presets the dual voice. The dual voice is a second voice. When I press a key, it plays a note. But if I turn on or turn off dual, each note plays 2 voices. You don't always hear them. Sometimes one instrument overrides the other. But each note could play 2 different instruments, and that's called the dual voice. Once again, when I turn on optimal panel settings, the keyboard decides what instrument should be set up as the second voice. Hope that explains it. What I'm going to do now is I have chosen 12 styles, and I've just written them down here to remind myself. I'm going to play these 12 styles because what I want you to hear is how each style has a different voice that is automatically set up and chosen. And once again, it was the men and women of Yamaha who decided what voice goes best with each one of the 235. So from now on, for the rest of the video, I'm reaching out and I'm pressing style. And my style button is listed. So I'm going to just use the wheel to dial up 12 different styles, and I'll play them so that you can hear for each style there is a new voice, and that is all automatically set up by the keyboard. I don't decide. The keyboard decides what voice to use. So let me start with style number 11 here, a rock and roll. And I'm going to play an old rock and roll song, All Right Now. That's the style that was automatically set up when I chose style number 11, which is called Hard Rock 1. Let me go up to style number 13, which is called 8-Beat Adrian. And I'm going to play the old Les Ford song, Vaya con Dios. Again, that's the voice that was automatically chosen by the optimal panel settings. Okay, let's play a little Beatles here. Obla-dee, obla-da. And I'm going to change the key a little bit so we don't get too bored. So the right hand is now an organ. Okay, let me dial in style number 19, which is called folk rock, and I'm going to play the old Blowing in the Wind. Once again, I'll just change the key a little bit so we don't get bored listening to the same key. Right hand's a guitar. So guitar now. Okay, let me dial in 040, style 040, an old love ballad. idea. A digital piano. All right, let me dial in style 48, and I'll play a song called Girl of My Best Friend. How about style number 52, which is called Retro Club? I'll change the transpose to change the key a little bit. This is a song that goes way back to when I was a freshman in college. Popcorn. All right, now I'm going to dial in style number 90, which is called BB Medium, and a song from my mother and father's era, Bye Bye Blackbird. 1940s, okay. I'm going to dial in style number 117, which is called WRSP ACS1. Doesn't mean anything to me. And I'm going to play Green Sleeves. And let me transpose just to keep it interesting for us. Here we go. That's my instrument. Okay, I'm going to dial in style number 130. Once again, I'm not choosing the voices. The keyboard is choosing those because I've turned on optimal panel settings. Okay, little tango, Hernando's Hideaway. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm sorry, 136. Here we go. It's called Tango. That's more like it. Tango. How about style number 157? A little Spanish music here. Okay, and I'll dial in style number 162, Celtic. A little river dance music here. And I'll change key just to keep it interesting once again. Big ending. All right. 12 different styles. All I did was dial in the style. The keyboard was deciding exactly which voice and what tempo to play it. And the reason it did that is because I turned on the optimal panel settings. And the way I did that, I pressed the voice button, and then on the numeric keypad here, I punched in 000. I didn't know this existed until 3 days ago. There's one little paragraph in the owner's manual on page 51. Most people have never read it. I hadn't read it, so I didn't know this was here. But I found it, and I decided, maybe there are some other people that have no idea that this optimal panel setting even exists. And do I think that every voice is the very best voice? No, I don't. But at least it gives me some idea of what the Yamaha people thought was a good voice for each one of the styles, and that's helpful. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave me a comment. That encourages me to take the time to do more of these. Goodbye, and be well.